I watch a new film every other day. Follow along for recommendations and reviews. Today, I just finished watching the movie titled Colors of Fire that opened in cinemas last year but is now streaming on Netflix where I watched it. This film, first of all, don't watch it with your family. It's kind of adult. There are definitely adult scenes in this. I want to start with the good things. I roast people I really need to shout out. I want to shout out the dance and fight choreography and everybody that was a part of that team. You all did that. I want to shout out the musicians. You know, enjoy me. Oh, the music here was very heartfelt. The set design, costume department, they won an MVCA, and you can see why. I have other people, the DOP, and everybody that was a part of bringing this film to life. The human part, of like everybody, the cinematography, the lighting, the camera, people that worked the camera, did everybody, the DOP and the department members. Oh, y'all did that. This film looks good. And this is leading me into the AI because this film, if you just take the human part enough, has enough dazzle, enough spectacle to hold its own that the AI just cheapened this film so much and was not necessary. Also, this film does not have only AI, so there is VFX that applies AI and CGI, and you can see both. For me, I feel like we could have found alternative ways to tell the story. I feel like narration would have done the job. I feel like we could have found other ways of maybe telling the story if you needed to really force a visual as people were like narrating. Because there are some films that animation really helps the story. It really like adds to it. Like a film like Bejeweled, the animation there really adds to that story. This one, it was taking me out so much. So that was a very big problem for me. Also, the script here, I feel like the film goes on, it's like 2 hours. It goes on for too long for what the story is. Like I understand the message, I understand the theme, but it starts to kind of repeat itself in a lot of ways. And there's still so much story that could have been tapped into, like what happens with the foreigners and stuff. Like when the film ends, they kind of show all these other like stories that were kept and we don't really have reconciliations for. And I'm like, why didn't we spend more time then doing that in these 2 hours than this like story that we kind of already get the gist and we kind of repeating ourselves? As far as acting performances, the cast here did a fantastic job. I really think that they did. I think Uzor, he won AMVCA for this one. So, and I see all his sword, this thing, or he did that. Is also like, I've not seen him in a role like this. I don't think so. He did very well. Gabriel Afolayan did well. Femi Branch, like, Osas look gorgeous. Like, this film, as I said, there's good things to see. You should definitely check this film out. But the AI and the CGI, I have a couple of more things to talk about in the spoiler section. So for those of us who have watched it, we're to come and talk about it now with spoilers. Then spoilers ahead in 3, 2, 1. Let us go. All right, now we're in the spoiler section. Please, if you're going to write a comment that has spoilers, just write spoiler alert before you write your comment so that we don't spoil it for people that have not yet watched it. All right, let's start this thing. The first thing I want to talk about is Moremi and Akimbode's relationship. From the beginning where they first meet in that pathway, right? And you're seeing her doing her little dance. By the way, that dance. Osas really did that. Like, she really looked good in the dancing. How even when she's in the stream, the way she looked. No, no, they look good. So that they are dancing. But the part I want to talk about is that place where he comes to her, the place that she's staying, and she's like, the land does not want you here, remove all your clothes. And she's not like closing the window. When she turns around and she now sees him, her face and that whole scene cracked me up. I said, what's on they do? I beg, this is cracking me up. But they both look good. And their relationship, is the heart of this story. But what I was talking about of this story, when you really think about it, like, this film does not really have that much to really see. The film, you can really, there is two people that are like Romeo and Juliet. I mean, we're different houses and they don't want them to be together. So basically there's these two factions that are traders, and they think blue thinks that red is sabotaging them. Red has their own beef with blue. At the end, two people now meet. The love carries it to the end. We don't already finish the film. The blue brings the red inside. Battle ensues. Blue come and we realize the thing. That is the whole film. Tell me why it's 2 hours. The Afefe dance was nice. The Afefe dance was really nice when they were dancing it. I really like that dancing. I feel also like the beast should not have been shown in this film because when Gabriel Afolayan's character enters into that room and he sees that beast, when they show that beast, I was like, this is the least terrifying beast. This beast looks like something I've seen on Cartoon Network. Like, this beast should have remained in shadows and just maybe a fable that people talk about. Like, I felt like seeing the beast took away from the beast as far as I'm concerned. Even the ending scene when Ibrahim Chatta gives that line where he says, I won't let you take my son from me like you took his mother. The way he delivered that line, first of all, cracked me up. I don't know why. But even when he now transforms into the beast, again, it was kind of taking me out. Like, what did you guys think? It was kind of taking me out. The most striking part of this film is really when Gabriel Afolayan's character stabs Moremi. I didn't see that part coming. Although, do you know what I thought was funny? When she was now on the floor, right, and Gabriel Afolayan is doing his whole talk, and Uzor's character is holding Moremi. I'm like, okay, Moremi don't die. When they are now fighting outside, and Moremi just starts walking outside, I say, oh, madam, you still there? Oh, okay, okay, okay. I was like, oh, how random. But then at the end, they be like, say she don't they die, but he now has to go and meet her in the after. More. What else is there to say about this film? No, what for a 2 hour film and for a film that was really so I had so many expectations. And I would say, as I said, that the crew really delivered. Like they get most of like my praise about this film. It's like they did that. Like as I've already told you, like everybody, the DOP, the sound, the choreography, like the film on the technical, on the crew, they did that. But for the film that they now made with this crew's hands on it, it's not a film that I will remember even by the end of this year for anything other than like the crew and like wow, the colors were nice and the storyline and like anything else. What do you think about this? I'm very curious to know your thoughts. So please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, if you've watched this whole video and you have no idea who I am, my name is VDK. I'm the curator of the VDK Film Club, where every other day we watch something new and we just about it like we've done today. Follow along. All right, until the next film that I watch and the next video that I make, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.